Who canceled? Finger Lakes canceled? What do I do? Yes.
You're watching OTB TV, a service of Capital Off Track Betting.
Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. 19 races to bring you from 9 different racetracks. And our first stop this week is Calder, where they ran the Miami Mile. Unfortunately, washed off the turf. Decisive Moment, the 2-1 favorite.
And a beautiful start for Decisive Moment. He springs right out for the lead. Duke is hustling up between runners, and It's Never Too Late is widest as they make their way to the turn. Then Imperials Are Yummy with Butter. Tannersville has worked his way over to the fence, and he saves ground already about 10 lengths off the lead. Numb Lips is just outside of him, and Sette Mezzo has no early speed at all. He is 18 lengths adrift of Duke and Jose Alvarez, who went the opening quarter in 23-1. Duke on a 2-length lead. Decisive Moments in a good stalking spot there in second. They're followed by It's Never Too Late, who's only 4.5 back in third. Then we come to Imperial Czar. Big break of 7 further back. Numb Lips is starting to pick it up from the back of the pack. He just went by Yummy with Butter in Tannersville. Nothing yet from Sette Mezzo. Half mile. Wow. 46-4 for Duke as they run to the far turn, and Decisive Moments getting closer. He's only a length back with 3 furlongs to run. Duke still something left in the tank. Decisive Moments all out in the second spot. Imperial Czar is moving well. He's ranging up third just outside Decisive Moment. Now into second within 2 lengths of Duke as they come toward the top of the stretch. Numb Lips is also starting to mount his bid from the back of the pack. And here's Imperial Czar to confront Duke as they straighten away. Duke, Imperial Czar, Numb Lips trying to close. Decisive Moment not done and trying to fight back as well. But Imperial Czar has come away with the lead. Imperial Czar in front. Numb Lips going to surge at him in the final 16th. Imperial Czar, Numb Lips down to the line. Imperial Czar and Jesus Rios take the Miami Mile. Numb Lips was second. Duke settles for third.
Well, there you have it, Imperial Czar. And when you see in the pedigree, Carson City, in this case, the maternal grandsire, and you get a sloppy sealed racetrack, yes, going 2 turns and a mile within the scope. The old 1311, ladies and gentlemen, exacta for $124. But the number 13 saddlecloth, Imperial Czar, returns $19.80 upset victory under Jesus Rios. Numb Lips finishes second, and Duke, who was making all of the front end finishes, third. And one thing I'll say about Decisive Moment, who checks in 5th as the 2-1 favorite, got put in one of the toughest spots in the game, and that is doing the dirty work by chasing the pace setter. Pays the price, finishes off the board as the 2-1 favorite. Up next, we're going to go to Parks Racing, and last Tuesday afternoon, the New York bred, presently 4-for-4, Agave Kiss, coming off of her victory in the Open Company Cicada, is the 1-2 favorite in the Trevo Stakes.
They're off in the Trevo Stakes, and Agave Kiss was away alertly. On the outside, it's Honey Wonder Girl. and these two to do battle in the opening furlong, and now Agave Kiss asserts herself on the lead. Honey Wonder Girl just off her flank in second. Then it's Dance to Bristol in third. Mikey Likes It is fourth, 5 lengths off the lead. They're followed by Sensible Lady, and No Speed early today from Love Contract. She's about 10 lengths off the lead. The opening quarter in 22 seconds flat, and the field moves into the far turn. Agave Kiss, out where she likes to be. She's in front by 2.5 lengths. Dance to Bristol up the inside is second, as Agave Kiss is racing well off the rail with just a 1/4 mile to go. Then up on the outside, it's Honey Wonder Girl. From the back of the pack, Mikey Likes It, staunch to launch her rally, the half mile in 45-1, and it is Agave Kiss who turns for home with the lead. Ryan Cartello shakes up his undefeated filly. Dance to Bristol, trying to make a race of it with a 1/16 of a mile to go. Now Ryan Cartello, just a little show of the whip there, and Agave Kiss levels off to draw clear. Agave Kiss, a picture of perfection at Parks. She's unbeaten in 5 starts. Dance to Bristol was second, and Mikey Likes It third.
Well, it was probably an easy choice for Flying Z Stable to keep this one. This New York bred now 5 for 5, wins off by a comfortable 1.5 on Tuesday afternoon under Ryan Cartello, sent to the post by Rudy Rodriguez. And, you know, they've been very delicate with this young filly. And in the New York program, remember, you have the Victory Ride now being run at Belmont Park and the Prioress at Saratoga before the test. 6 furlong stakes races in the Prioress and the Victory Ride. You have to think that they are on the radar screen for this terrific 3-year-old New York bred. She returns an even $3, finishing a 1.5 in front of Dance to Bristol, who was 4.5 in front of Mikey Likes It in last Tuesday's Trevo Stakes. Pimlico has opened up, ladies and gentlemen, and on Saturday afternoon we had fillies and mares going a mile on the turf in the Dahlia Stakes, and Baltimore Belle, coming off a 3 consecutive runner-up, is the 2-1 favorite.
And they're off and racing in the Dahlia Stakes. Sleepless Dixie and Embracing Hearts first to fire out of the gate from Delicate Genius in third position. In the rough and Access to Charlie is side by side in mid-pack. The outside Martita Sangrita tries to get over and get some position. 5 from the front, followed up by Baltimore Belle, who's racing to the back of the pack early. Then Dream Louise and Idle Talk, and shuffle to last position is Master Shade. Embracing Hearts leads the way. Embracing Hearts trying to slow it up there, but very eager is Embracing Hearts. The ears twitching around there. The rider's taking hold of Embracing Hearts. Backed up behind Embracing Hearts is Sleepless Dixie on the inside, Access to Charlie. Martita Sangrita racing up there 3 wide, and Delicate Genius is 5th on the far outside. In the rough is 6 or 5 lengths on the front now, and back of that is Baltimore Belle. Another 1.5 more in Idle Talk, followed by Dream Louise, and Master Shade is the trailer. Into the far turn, let's see if Embracing Hearts can go on 3.5 furlongs out. Here's Martita Sangrita, Delicate Genius, Access to Charlie, comprising the next group. In the rough, followed by Sleepless Dixie and Baltimore Belle. Tries to rev up wide on the outside. Baltimore Belle going to be spun out very wide into the stretch. They make the turn for home. Embracing Hearts leading the way. In the rough is in the second spot with 3/16 of a mile left to run. Baltimore Belle out in the center of the track is plugging along as well. Idle Talk's coming with a late run, but in the rough is taking the lead from Embracing Hearts. Idle Talk now splitting rivals from third, followed by Baltimore Belle. 16th of a mile left to go in the rough, and J.D. Acosta onrushing Idle Talk. Idle Talk 15-1 in the photo within the rough and Master Shade.
Well, unfortunately, we have an awful camera angle, or else we might have seen an extraordinarily impressive final 1/8 of a mile for Idle Talk, who looked to have, with that terrible angle, not much going on in the middle of the stretch, but at $32, gets up and scores the head victory over In the Rough, and Master Shade finishing third in a very exciting Dahlia Stakes. The favorite Baltimore Belle finishes 4th, and Idle Talk, first race of the year, gets up very impressively. Looked like had nothing left in the tank, but then just exploded to win the Dahlia. Up next, going to go out to Chicago Way. It's time for the 60 Sales Handicap. Arena Elvira, the 6-5 favorite.
They're off in the 60 sales handicap. Love and Pride going out for the lead. Bellaveda between horses came away well. Towards the inside, She's All In. They've got a mile to run in the race, and Love and Pride opens up the lead by 2. Bellaveda racing second. She's All In third. Arena Elvira came away fourth, right now about 8 lengths behind the leader. And then to the outside, Distorted Love in the early trailer, One Last Dance. And they make their way to the backstretch, and Love and Pride's opened up 5 lengths on Bellaveda, second by 7. In third position, She's All In. And then it's 5 more back to Arena Elvira. And the trailing pair up the backstretch, One Last Dance and Distorted Love. They're strung out with 5 furlongs to go. And Florengeru and Love and Pride have the lead by 3 lengths. Bellaveda now cutting into the margin second. In third is She's All In. One Last Dance has made steady progress up along the rail. She's into fourth. Arena Elvira's out there fifth, 3 wide into the turn, still 6 behind the leader, and trailing Distorted Love. They take closer order as they move around the far turn. Love and Pride the leader. Bellaveda between horses. She's All In moving up 3 wide. Arena Elvira circling up on the far outside, now fourth. And then it's One Last Dance and Distorted Love. They're at the top of the stretch. Love and Pride, She's All In and up and challenging second. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. She's All In on the outside, comes off the turn and takes the lead, quickly draws away by 3. Distorted Love now closing up on the outside in between horses. Arena Elvira towards the inside. Love and Pride trying to battle back, and then it's Bellaveda and trailing the field. One Last Dance, but as they come to the wire, Luis Quinones and She's All In, powerful under the wire. They won it by 8. Distorted Love second, tight for third between Arena Elvira and Love and Pride, the 2012 60 sales at Hawthorne.
Well, one thing, kudos to Hawthorne Racecourse, because today's day and age, watching a horse race live with all the graphics up there, doesn't seem to be much room for the horses sometimes. But Hawthorne keeps it about as clean as possible. And She's All In, about a dozen lengths back on the backstretch, wins off by nearly 9 lengths as the 4th choice in the wagering. She's All In, coming out of the Azeri Stakes over at Oaklawn Park, doesn't go on to the Apple Blossom. She goes on to Chicago Way for the 60 sales handicap and scores the $12.80 victory for Donnie Van Himmel and Luis Quinones. Distorted Love checks in second under Rosie Holmeister Jr. as the longest shot on the board at 35-1. And the favorite, going for 6 in a row, Arena Elvira finishes third in Saturday's 60 sales. Up to Toronto Way, the Woodbine, we have older fillier mares sprinting 6 furlongs in the Whimsical, and Atlantic Hurricane making the first start of the year, the 8-5 favorite.
They're out the post. They're off in the Whimsical Stakes. Roxy Gap broke sharply and is gathered back. And inheriting the lead is Honey Chili. Honey Chili. Roxy Gap to the outside second. Sweet Cassiopeia and Atlantic Hurricane splits horses and comes on to challenge for the lead now. Then we have Dance to the Moon. Moonlit Beauties back in 6th and 3 lengths off the lead. A break of 2 to Kitty in a Tizzy. Then Rock the Moon, followed by Dancing a Raven and Miss Incline, 22-2 for that opening quarter. And they chase Honey Chili and Jesse Campbell with just under 3/8 to go. Atlantic Hurricane, last year's champion female sprinter in this country, is just a length and a half off the lead. Roxy Gap is third, yet to be set down. Sweet Cassiopeia. Then we have Dance to the Moon. They ran a half mile in 45. They're at the top of the stretch in the Whimsical. Honey Chili, Campbell pulling out all the stops. Roxy Gap is set down and is coming with a ferocious run. Here comes Roxy Gap to the neck of Honey Chili. Last 16th. Honey Chili trying to find some more. Roxy Gap on the outside. Roxy Gap in a gallant display to win the Whimsical. Finishing second was Honey Chili, then Atlantic Hurricane, and Kitty in a Tizzy.
I love Dan Loisel's voice, but I got to tell you, folks, when we do on Horses and Courses, I think his use of verbs and everything is borderline atrocious. A tremendous run for Roxy Gap. That looked like a grinder through the stretch if I've ever seen one, but Pat Husband does get the victory for Roxy Gap, the 2nd choice in the wagering from the outside. Post position broke very sharply. The trifecta ran that way with a little shuffling around the racetrack. Honey Child with Jesse Campbell finishes second, and Atlantic Hurricane, who won the Best Arabian in the Ontario Fashion last year and is 6 for 7 recently, first off the bench, finishes third as the even money favorite. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have racing from Prairie Meadows and Keeneland.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV. No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice.
And they're off.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Merrill with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays, any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tote board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tote board. CapitalOTB.com. Check it out now.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A couple stakes races to bring you from Prairie Meadows. First up, on Friday evening, they ran the Gold Finch Stakes.
Settles down. Off and running. Going for the lead here is Nurse Goodnight in the center, also showing a bit of speed there through traffic. And that is When We Believe. So When We Believe is right alongside Nurse Goodnight, and these two are right together up the back stretch. Peeling Susan is next to the outside. Tapajo down along the inside, 2 by 2. After that, it's Heated Debate, followed up next by Tactical Girl and Derek Bell, second last. And here comes Polly. The Iowa bred in the field is trailing. Around the far turn in the Goldfinch. To the extreme outside, When We Believe and Nurse Goodnight, they are locked together. Peeling Susan next, 3 wide to the outside. Tapajo is right behind them. Heated Debate is beginning to roll, about 5 from the top. After that, here comes Polly, and Tactical Girl is at the back of the pack as they pass the quarter pole and come for home. And it's Nurse Goodnight just on top. Peeling Susan wide to the outside. When We Believe in tight there. Also moving through along the inside, it's Tapajo. Now off the rail trying to run down Nurse Goodnight. Nurse Goodnight, Tapajo, Appealing Susan is 3 wide. Tapajo in the center grabs the lead and deep stretch and goes on to win the Goldfinch. Tapajo beats out Nurse Goodnight, Appealing Susan, and When We Believe. Time on the board, 1 minute 10.14.
And Tapajo now first time stakes, 6th start, ladies and gentlemen, 6 different track. And Tapajo, she got her start at Saratoga. Since then, she's been at Keeneland, Churchill Downs, the Great Race Place, and Oaklawn Park, and now Prairie Meadows winning the first stakes as the 3-2 favorite, returning $5, beating Nurse Goodnight, who was the 8-5 second choice, with Appealing Susan finishing third. Steve Asmussen sends out the winner for the Winchell Thoroughbred operation. Saturday evening, time for the 3-year-olds in the Golden Circle.
Off and running. Wildcat Country from the extreme outside, 1200 showing a bit of speed too as they race up the backstretch. Air to Dixie right in between horses. Whiskey Double the outside and Alsvid toward the inside. Just 2 lengths covers the group up the back stretch, and Wildcat Country like a quarter horsing through the opening quarter here. Leads by a length and a half. Air to Dixie and 1200 right together. Alsvid had to stop there, just put on the brakes just a little bit here. Looks for room along the inside, and Whiskey Double to the outside. It's Wildcat Country into the far turn, trying to relax now by a length and a half. Being chased by 1200 and Air to Dixie. Alsvid has about 3 lengths to make up, and Whiskey Double trails the field. Approaching the quarter pole, Wildcat Country. Now, there goes Alsvid to the extreme outside, beginning to roll. 1200 is just ahead of him as they hit the top of the stretch. It's Wildcat Country on top, and now there goes Alsvid under a hand ride. Takes the lead. Wildcat Country tries to fight on. Air to Dixie, 1200 Air to Dixie are next up. It's all Alsvid. Terry Thompson pushed the button right about the quarter pole and is going to go on to win this one nicely under wraps at 3-5. That's going to give Thompson another one. Wildcat Country second, 1200 was third.
Alsvid making the first start of the year, breaking from the inside. Let some others do the early running, but as you could see, Terry Thompson supremely confident in the stretch as Alsvid draws off to win by 7, returning $3.20 as the clear-cut favorite. Wildcat Country finishes second, and 1200, second choice in the wagering, finishes third, but nobody touching Alsvid on Saturday night at Prairie Meadows. A couple races to bring you from Keeneland. First up on Thursday afternoon, time for 3-year-old fillies on the turf going a mile in the Appalachian, and the recent winner of the Here Comes the Bride. Day at the Spa, 6-5.
And they're off in the Appalachian Stakes. Day at the Spa broke alertly, comes right out running for the lead. Andrew's Girl there up on the outside. Dream Pegasus away running in third. Then Biogio's Gift down toward the inside. In fourth as the field heads to the first turn. And Day at the Spa from the inside has the lead into the turn by just a length. Now Day at the Spa settles down on the lead, a length and a half to the good. Midway on the first turn, Dream Pegasus second by a length, heading onto the back stretch. Andrew's Girl third to the inside, and is followed by Firehouse Red, who's fourth in between horses. Regalo Mia out in the center of the course in fifth, running 4 lengths off the early lead. Biogio's Gift is now sixth. Somali Lemonade is seventh between horses. Lemon Splendor eighth up on the outside, and Little Sadie is ninth and last. Opening quarter went in 23 and 3/5 seconds. Day at the Spa shows the way up the back stretch and leads it by just over 2 lengths. Dream Pegasus second, a length and a half. Firehouse Red side by side with Andrew's Girl for third. Regalo Mia joins them far outside in the 5th spot. 48 and 2/5 seconds the time for that first half mile. Somali Lemonade in behind horses down toward the inside, 5 lengths off the lead midway on the far turn. Then Biogio's Gift, followed by Lemon Splendor and Little Sadie at the back, and they're all chasing Day at the Spa. 2-length lead. Andrew's Girl looking toward the inside in second, a length and a half. Firehouse Red third. Regalo Mia put to a drive in fourth. Somali Lemonade is still fifth. Awkward move for Andrew's Girl, who drops out of it. Day at the Spa, final furlong, chased by Regalo Mia second. Firehouse Red third. Somali Lemonade is fourth. Coming to the line in the Appalachian, Day at the Spa about to ring up a front-running victory under jockey Javier Castellano. It is all Day at the Spa. Somali Lemonade rallied to grab second. Regalo Mia third. Firehouse Red was fourth.
And Day at the Spa, very sharp in here, now having won 3 consecutive turf stakes in a row, ridden brilliantly by Javier Castellano, making every pole a winning one for Chad Brown. Somali Lemonade, Michael Matz sent out this runner for the first start since the Breeders' Cup, and I thought a nice second-place run up the inside under Alex Solis as the 8-5 second choice, kicking off the 3-year-old campaign. And I think we'll hear from Somalia Lemonade in the 3-year-old filly turf division throughout the spring and summer. And Regalo Mia, the third choice in the wagering, finishes third. These were the only 3 horses they bet in Thursday afternoon's Appalachian, and the trifecta comes back $29.60. Moving on to the older fillier mares going on the Poly track. This is the double dog dare stakes. Pash Attack making the first start since the Ladies Classic, the 7-10 favorite.
And they're off in the Hilliard Lions Double Dog Dare Stakes. My Pal Chrissy away in good order along with Lunar Mist, and there goes Catman Blue down toward the inside. Sea Level Drive next up on the outside. Lunar Mist, the gray, has a narrow lead as the field heads into the first turn, and Catman Blue is there toward the rail to occupy the second spot, now moves up to put ahead in front. There goes Catman Blue to take the lead midway on the first turn, and Catman Blue will set the tempo now, leads it by a length and a half, 2 lengths clear midway on the first turn. Here's Pash Attack moving up toward the inside to challenge Lunar Mist for second. Sea Level Drive also part of that mix, far outside in the fourth position, and those three tightly knotted together contesting that second spot as they head up the back stretch. My Pal Chrissy is next to last, a gap of 4 more lengths. La Grande Bailadora is the trailer, 24 seconds the time for the opening quarter, and Catman Blue the leader. Catman Blue on top by a length, Pash Attack second ahead, Lunar Mist third up on the outside, another length and a half to Sea Level Drive fourth ahead. My Pal Chrissy tucked away to her inside, had a gap of 3.5 more lengths to La Grande Bailadora last, 48 and 1/5 seconds the time for the first half mile. Here's Pash Attack applying mild pressure to the leader, Catman Blue, into the far turn. Now Pash Attack tries to draw alongside. It is Catman Blue toward the inside, Pash Attack on the outside. The top two separated by a neck as they come to the quarter pole. Sea Level Drive is third between horses. My Pal Chrissy ridden along fourth toward the inside. La Grande Bailadora next to last, and Lunar Mist the trailer. They turn for home. Pash Attack right alongside of Catman Blue at the top of the stretch. Catman Blue has the lead by a neck off the turn, and Pash Attack coming at her from the outside. A gap of 5 more lengths to Sea Level Drive, then La Grande Bailadora who goes to third. Pash Attack and Catman Blue stride for stride in the final furlong. La Grande Bailadora third. Pash Attack puts ahead in front. The Hilliard Lions double dog dare to Pash Attack by a head for Rajiv Mirage. Catman Blue fought valiantly but had to settle for second. La Grande Bailadora was third.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thought it was ever so subtle with Rajiv Mirage, but I thought he was pushing Catman Blue on the turn, asking Julian Leparoux for a little more energy from his front end runner. And I think that was just brilliant jockeymanship by Rajiv, not allowing Catman Blue to just settle around the second turn and thus have more left in the lane. And with the neck victory, Pash Attack making the first start of the year, scores the victory. First time going out for Graham Motion, owned by the brilliant Flaxman Holdings Limited. Catman Blue, I thought a very good effort coming out of the QE2 back on the Ides of October, finishes second. La Grande Bailadora, who had no chance in this race, was just gliding to a comfortable, well-beaten third, but look for that one next out. But Pash Attack, brilliant effort off of the bench to beat Catman Blue in the Double Dog Dare Stakes. Saturday afternoon, a couple stakes races to bring you from Keeneland. Up first, 5.5 furlongs on the turf, the Giants Causeway, the 9-5 favorite, Inspired.
And they're off in the Giants Causeway. Inspired bounds out for the lead. Well-deserved. Has early speed as well. Extravaganza right there to press the pace in third. Down toward the inside. Classy Zip goes fourth. Flash Mash fifth. Now taking fourth up on the outside as they head for the far turn. Then Smarty's Empress in the center of the course. There goes Wild About Marie moving up toward the rail. She moves up into the sixth position. 6 lengths off the lead. And then further back at his Fortune Play, Grand Illumination and Indulgence is the trailer. 21 and 1/5 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Inspired outward from the rail, leading it by 3 parts of a length around the far turn. Well-deserved is second by 2 lengths. Flash Mash is third. Extravaganza is in fourth. Wild About Marie is toward the inside, has a long way to come. They're moving into the stretch, and Well-deserved is coming after the leader, but Inspired still has the advantage. Well-deserved is right alongside. The rest have work to do. Flash Mash is third. Final furlong of the Giants Causeway. Well-deserved puts ahead in front. Inspired fights on, but second. Flash Mash third. Classy Zip is fourth. Well-deserved with Flash Mash running on. Well-deserved. Flash Mash. Flash Mash gets up to take it in the Giants Causeway.
Boy, at no point until about the final 3 jumps that I think Flash Mash was going to get up there inside the 8th pole. It looked like Flash Mash was going to have to do much more. It looked like, to me, as if Brian Hernandez, had gotten to 3rd place, and that was as well as it was going to be. But, Inspired just really shortening up strides dramatically to finish off the board as the favorite. Well-deserved finishes second. Classy Zip, he looked like he had no place to go with Flash Mash on his flank at about the 8th pole, and then just trying to squeeze in between horses. Finishes a good third under Castellano, but Flash Mash, the number 12 horse, returned $17.40, keying a $204 exacta with well-deserved underneath, and Classy Zip finishing third. As I mentioned, Inspired, the 9-10 favorite, trying to make every pole a winning one, checks in fourth. 3-year-olds are up next, and one of the last stops on the way to the Kentucky Derby. If you can grab enough money in the Lexington, my math told me Saturday morning that wasn't going to be the chance this year, so maybe they're prepping for the Preakness Stakes. Summerfront, off a 9-2 morning line, is the 2-1 favorite.
And they're off. In the Coolmore Lexington Stakes, Golden Ticket broke alertly, and so did Johannes Bourbon toward the inside. There goes Hammer's Terror up from the outside. Castaway now begins to press the issue from between horses heading to the first turn. Johannes Bourbon down toward the rail, clears the inside traffic, has the lead by a half length. Castaway goes second a half length, and then Hammer's Terror third up on the outside. All squared away, comes out running in fourth. Golden Ticket settles down for a ground-saving trip in fifth against the rail around the first turn. Sky Ring is in sixth. Morgan's Gorilla goes seventh. Summer Front is eighth off the turn. And then Gold McGilla in ninth on the outside. Holiday Promise hard held next to last against the rail. Then a gap of 6 more lengths to News Pending, who is 11th and last. 23 and 1/5 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Castaway, Johannes Bourbon, matching strides, midpoint of the backstretch. Hammer's Terror, third up on the far outside. Then a gap of 2 more lengths, all squared away is fourth. Summer Front moves toward the far outside in fifth. Golden Ticket 6 toward the inside. Sky Ring is 7th. Gold McGilla is 8th. Holiday Promise is 9th. News Pending 5 wide, moving from the back of the pack in 10th. And Morgan's Gorilla is last, 46 and 2/5 seconds for the first half mile. Johannes Bourbon has the lead around the far turn, and Hammer's Terror is alongside. Castaway is dropping through the field. All squared away goes to third. Golden Ticket fourth toward the inside. Summer Front ridden along fifth on the outside, still 6 lengths off the lead. Gold McGilla looks for running room. Morgan's Gorilla is absolutely last. They turn for home. Hammer's Terror, Johannes Bourbon, all squared away. Golden Ticket looking for room toward the inside. Coming to the 8th pole, Johannes Bourbon has a short lead, all squared away far outside, and still Hammer's Terror fighting on, all squared away down the center of the track, all squared away. Julio Garcia, they have just sprung a 70-1 upset in the Coolmore Lexington Stakes. Unbelievable.
I want to thank the good people down at Lexington for not running in the industry-colored saddle cloths as they are wont to do in their big stakes races in the Coolmore Lexington on Saturday. And how about this? As a prep for the Kentucky Derby at $143.20, you're not even close to the biggest mutual on the way to the Kentucky Derby. That happens to go to this year's Louisiana Derby, $220 winner, hero of order. But all squared away coming out of the Spiral Stakes, 50-1 on the morning line. Goes off at 70-1 under Julio Garcia, and they win by a comfortable length and a half. It looked as if all squared away was just cantering around right off the early leaders and cantering to the finish line first. First time Wesley Ward coming out of the Peter Miller barn scores the shocking upset. Summerfront, the 2-time listed stakes winner on the turf, and 9-2 on the morning line, goes off as the 2-1 favorite, finishes an indifferent second, with Hammer's Terror finishing third, but a shocker in Saturday's Lexington. Sunday afternoon, time for the older horses to go 9 furlongs on the poly track. It's the Ben Ali, 4-5, Wise Dan.
And they're off in the Ben Ally Stakes. Wise Dan away in good order from the outside. Cease and Eye of the Leopard are there toward the inside, and Rogue Romance now going to move up and join them as they head down to the first turn. It's Eye of the Leopard from that inside starting spot who has a short lead. Rogue Romance moves up around the outside of Cease, who settles back in third. Wise Dan caught 4 wide, now 3 wide around the first turn, moving up into the third position. Eye of the Leopard against the rail leads at a half length. Rogue Romance second ahead. Wise Dan third up on the far outside and moving forward as they enter the back stretch. Cease is going to settle against the rail behind that front trio in the fourth position. Just over 2 lengths off the lead, now settles out 4 lengths from the front. Then a gap of 2.5 more back to Guy's Reward. Big Boot Clinton next to last, and I Owe You Big Time, the trailer, 24 and 1/5 seconds the time for the opening quarter. And Wise Dan off this layoff is eager to move on with the lead, and John Velasquez trying to throttle him down on the backstretch, 47 and 1/5 seconds for the first half mile, and Wise Dan the leader by a length and a half into the far turn. And Eye of the Leopard is second ahead. Rogue Romance is third. Big Blue Kitten fourth up on the far outside, within 2.5 lengths of the lead. Cease is now 5th. Guy's Reward is 6th on the inside. I Owe You Big Time is 7th and last. And Wise Dan guides the field toward the quarter pole. Wise Dan lets it out a notch, opens up on a 5-length lead. Big Blue Kitten, ridden along by Javier Castellano, who senses the urgency of the moment because Wise Dan is gone off the far turn with a 7-length advantage. Big Blue Kitten is 2nd by 4. Eye of the Leopard 3rd, Cease is 4th, and Guy's Reward 5th between horses. It is Wise Dan rolling by the 8th pole. Wise Dan, 8-length advantage back to Big Blue Kitten. He is back, and he is back in style. Wise Dan and John Velasquez to crush the field in the Ben Ally. Big Blue Kitten was home 2nd, and then it was Guy's Reward home 3rd, followed by Cease.
Well, about as impressive a horse race performance that you will see. And on Sunday afternoon, they ran in the, for the Ben Ally, ran in maybe the camouflage saddle cloths that they do, I believe, to honor the military people. As brilliant a performance on multiple fronts here. Off of the Black Friday Clark Stakes at Churchill Downs, you saw John Velasquez with the ultimate feet in the dashboard on the backside, trying to throttle Wise Dan down, who was very, very sharp coming out of the gate. Immaterial. Wise Dan wins by better than 10 lengths, returning $3.60 to kick off the 5-year-old season in new track record time. We've talked about Keeneland this year, the poly track being so much faster. The workouts have been unbelievable, and that speed seems to be much better, like the old days on the conventional dirt surface. Wise Dan might not have needed any of it, ladies and gentlemen, because he was brilliant in this year's debut. And Charlotte Presti mentioned that the Foster could be up next for Wise Dan, who adds the Ben Ally to his Phoenix and Fayette resume at Keeneland. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Santa Anita and the Big A.
Listen to what people are saying about the Clubhouse Racebook.
I've been coming here for well over 30 years to the OTB, and I think this is an outstanding facility. Probably comparable to something you'd see in Vegas. They have the big screens there, and then they have the auxiliary screens for, watching all the tracks. And the primary tracks of the day, they'll switch to the big screens, which is ideal for most of us race guys. We like to see the big races on the big screen. Well done.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Merrill with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays, any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tow board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tow board. CapitalOTB.com. Check it out now.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice. You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook and Capital OTB are the better choice.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Friday afternoon at Santa Anita, 3-year-olds in the Lolo Puente Stakes.
Field sent on their way. They all came out smoothly, and then after the start, Buffalo Billy started to the left there. Buffalo Billy shifted in, has dropped back last. Quickest into stride is Tiz Point. Tiz Point goes on to set the early pace. Captain Obvious going to tuck into the second shot. The favourite Blingo is relaxed in third. Then Vibrato Jazz, and Buffalo Billy's at the back. 7 lengths would cover the lot. Into the turn they go, and Tiz Point's taken a nice hold up front, got his ears pricked, he's keen to go on, he leads by almost 3. Captain Obvious is tracking from second, Blingo is tucked in third down at the rail. Buffalo Billy's getting a little closer from behind, and that'll leave Vibrato Jazz last, only 4.5 covers them all. 3/4 of a mile to go, and Tiz Point has now slowed them down up front. Still on a tight hold, leads by 1.5 lengths. Captain Obvious tracks from second. Blingo's content to sit there in third. Buffalo Billy back second last, gives them 4.5 length start, and then 1.5 lengths to Vibrato Jazz. No change in the order. They head to the half-mile pole, and it's still Tiz Point out on the lead. Tiz Point has it just over a length. Captain Obvious is tracking from second. Blingo in third is now 4 off that leader, but now sent after them. Behind that, Buffalo Billy and Vibrato Jazz 6 off them. 3/8 of a mile to go, and Tiz Point kicks on for home. In the second spot, Captain Obvious. Blingo is now swung to the outside. Buffalo Billy's running a courageous one down at the rail, and Vibrato Jazz is last. Heads a turn for home. Tiz Point's hanging on, but they're bunching up. Buffalo Billy in the white cap now coming after them. On the outside of those two, Captain Devious, Blingo at extreme outside, Vibrato Jazz, any one of the 5. Blingo strikes the front. Blingo, Vibrato Jazz on the outside. Blingo, Vibrato Jazz, Blingo to win it. Blingo, one at the neck. Vibrato Jazz running on strongly second. Buffalo Billy, a good third.
Well, I'll tell you, day in and day out, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Smith has had a Hall of Fame career since they put him in the Hall of Fame. And Blingo, a nice 3-year-old for John Sheriffs and the Moss, began the career debut on the turf on Black Friday. In the career debut, this offspring of Artie Schiller was very impressive. They tried the Cash Call Futurity, then they tried the San Felipe Stakes. Blingo finally gets back on the turf, going 9 furlongs, and looks very nice late, getting it done. It was the 4-5 morning line favorite. Goes off at 3-5, returning $3.20. Vibrato Jazz and Buffalo Billy complete Friday's trifecta. Saturday afternoon, down the hill in the San Simeon.
And away they go. On the far side, Ain't No Other was away very quick, and Ain't No Other gets the early lead, but the grey California Flag now flying through to take over. Gap of 3 back to Saif. On the far side, we have Irish Art. Just in behind those comes Campari. Along the inside is Victory Pete, who's 5 off the leaders, but making headway, and last of all, Supreme Summit. They run to the half-mile pole, and California Flag opened up on them. California Flag absolutely flying, has gone clear now by 3. Saif is in second. Campari's right there too. Ain't No Others on the far side, and they've been followed by Victory Pete back third last. Irish Art now has 7 to make up, and Supreme Summit is last. They're at the top of the lane, and California Flag still clear by 3. Saif second, Campari in the second. Ain't No Other on the far side. Victory Pete down at the rail, and Irish Art grandstand side, homeward bound, and California Flag the leader. California Flag by 2. Campari, Saif are chasing gamely. California Flag digs deep, he finds more. Saif chasing and Campari, but they can't get to California Flag. Another classy win from the veteran California Flag. They win it well. California Flag to Saif. Campari was third.
California Flag making the first start of the year after running in his 4th consecutive Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. Got to figure this year at Santa Anita will make it 5 in a row. Last year's winner of the San Simeon, Regally Ready, who went on to win the Breeders' Cup. But Joe Talamo puts California Flag on the front. A running style that, even though they go down the hill and it's California racing, front-end winners down the hill, doesn't happen very often. Saif, his longest shot on the board at 26-1, finishes second. And the 9-5 favorite, Campari, coming out of the Kilroe effort, was 6 for 8 lifetime on the Santa Anita turf, checks in third. Up next, fillies or mares. They have a distinguished turf series at Santa Anita through the winter and spring meet, and it wraps up with the 1.25 mile Santa Barbara.
Field sent on their way. On the inside, Glowing Spirit, she wants the early lead and she will take it. Glowing Spirit goes on to lead them clear early on. On the far side, Camellia Rose is right there. Down on the inside, we have Hard 7 settling into the third spot. Capital Plan in the pink colours races in mid-pack. Then we come back to Vamo, a Galupier, who's back third last. Inside of that is Bauble Queen in the red cap. And last of all, Cambina. Through the stretch first time round, and Glowing Spirit in front by a length and a half. No pace on at all out here, just cantering them along. In second, Camellia Rose. On the outside, Capital Plan. Then we come back to Vamo, a Galupier. Hard 7 inside of that. Bauble Queen second last. And Cambina the trailer. 7 lengths would cover them all. They head to the three-quarter pole, and Glowing Spirit kicks on just a little now, and in fact now she's starting to open up, getting a very, very easy lead. You're not expending any energy, but it's Glowing Spirit now going clear to lead by 4. In the second spot, Capital Plan has no intention of going after her. On the far side, we have Vamo Galupier. Camellia Rose tucked in on the inside of that, and they followed by Hard 7, Bauble Queen in the red cap back second last, and Cambina continues to trail. So they come to the half mile in the Santa Barbara, and Glowing Spirit got it all her own way out here. She's clear by an easy 4. Now they're starting to close in. Capital Plan cuts that to 3. On the inside, Camellia Rose. On the far side, Vamo, a Galupier is in contention. In behind that comes Hard 7. Now Bauble Queen making a nice run. Bauble Queen, red cap on the outside. They're starting to sprint for home. Cambina's full of run too. She needs somewhere to run. Now they bunch up at the top of the lane, and Glowing Spirit suddenly couldn't go on through. In the towel is gone. Now the new leader on the outside, Camellia Rose, coming to take her on as Vamo, a Galupier, and now here comes Cambina down the centre of the track too. Homeward bound, Capital Plan, Cambina flying, but Capital Plan's kicked away. Capital Plan will win it. Capital Plan, very impressive. Capital Plan and Brice Blanc won it. Cambina had to settle for second. Hard 7 finished up third.
And Capital Plan, coming out of allowance, non-winners of 3, negotiates the final quarter of a mile, 22.73, ladies and gentlemen. That's how turf racing is often conducted. And with them taking the rails down, we'll believe the teletimer. First time, Brice Blanc, and they get the victory for Jerry Hollendorfer. Cambina finishes second, and Hard 7 finishes third. Vamo Galupier, the favorite at 2-1, beats 1 horse in Saturday's 64th running of the Santa Barbara. Sunday afternoon, they brought the curtain down on the 2012 Winter Spring Meet at Santa Anita, and the now traditional closing day feature, the about distance of 1 3/4 miles, the San Juan Capistrano.
Feel for the 1 3/4 miles San Juan Capistrano sent on their way. They all came away smoothly. Hogs Hollow going to go on to lead them early, and Hogs Hollow now goes clear to lead it by 2 lengths. In the second spot is Bonfire Night along the inside, Bourbon Bay. On the far side, we have Harrods Creek in the white cap now going up to take that third spot. And then we come back to Dahmer and Eagle Poise, the last 2. 7 lengths would cover them all. Coming down the hill now, and Hogs Hollow's taking a nice hold out here, striding along up front. Not any hurry, though. Leads it by 2 on a stranglehold second as Bonfire Night. Rider really throttling him down in second. Racing up alongside of that comes Harrods Creek, who continues to get a little closer, and now Harrods Creek takes the second spot. Then we come back to Dahmer, who's nicely placed in the 4th position, gives them 5-length start. In behind that, Eagle Poise races back second last, and Bourbon Bay quite content to just canter along at the back. Coming to the top of the stretch, first time round now. They still have well over a mile to go in the San Juan. Out on the lead, we have Hogs Hollow just loping them along, leads it by just over 2. Harrods Creek is a comfortable second. In behind that, we have Bonfire Night now much more relaxed. In fact, he's on a long rein in the third spot now. Up alongside of that comes Dahmer, who's giving them 6-length start. Eagle Poise is still back second last, and Bourbon Bay, the trailer, a good 10 lengths off the leaders. Just about half the journey covered now, and Hogs Hollow still just lopes them along on the lead. Looks like Harrods Creek's going to come to quicken him a little now, and those two start to kick away up front. On the inside, Hogs Hollow. Second spot is Harrods Creek, and they're kicking away now. They've opened up 7 lengths on the third place, Bonfire Night. On the far side, we have Dahmer. Rider just sitting patiently. In behind that, Eagle Poise going well within himself. He's now a good 11 off that leader, and 2.5 to Bourbon Bay. So these first 2 have kicked well clear now as they run to the half-mile pole. David Flores has Hogs Hollow in front, just over a length. Harrods Creek and Mike Smith tracking them from second. They've opened up a big 8 lengths now, and now Dharma starts to come after them. Dharma begins the chase from third. Eagle Poise is going with him on the far side. Bonfire Night, the first one under pressure, and then Bourbon Bay. Top of the lane now, and Harrods Creek strikes the front and goes for home. And Harrods Creek telling them, you're going to have to pick up your feet, you want to catch me. It's Harrods Creek and Mike Smith opening up to lead by 5. Hogs Hollow can find no more. Dharma, Eagle Poise, Bourbon Bay. Here comes Eagle Poise from the red cap now to chase Harrods Creek. Harrods Creek's getting weary. Eagle Poise collars in Bourbon Bay. They come for home. Eagle Poise, Bourbon Bay. Bourbon Bay, Eagle Poise. So close, I think Bourbon Bay got him, but it's extremely close. Bourbon Bay, Joel Rosario, Eagle Poise and Alex Elise hit it together. Harrods Creek was third.
Not only in the last jump, the last head bob, Bourbon Bay, the even money favorite in a thrilling finish. Eagle Poise, owned by Sean Clancy, looked to be home under Alex Solis and then just nipped with the nose being down for Bourbon Bay, who won the San Luis Obispo, the recently rescheduled San Luis Obispo. And Harrods Creek, loved the job Mike Smith did, tried to break the race open, got caught, but so be it. Unbelievable finish for Bourbon Bay, who is now 7 for 9 with a second place finish at Santa Anita's turf. Turning our tack back to New York, Saturday afternoon, a couple stakes races. Up first, the Northern Willie.
And they're off. A little slow beginning there for Miss Valentine, left at the back of the pack. It's Great Gracie Dane down toward the rail. Risk a Chance on the outside, and the Lady Grace Note between those two. Lady Grace Note and Risk a Chance now go out together. Great Gracie Dane backs off a bit to run in third, then Bailsy fourth. And after that awkward start, the trailer is Miss Valentine. She's about 4 lengths behind the rest of the field and about 9 lengths now behind the leader, who is Risk a Chance. 23-3 was the opening quarter mile. Risk a Chance in front, still room at the inside for Lady Grace Note. Great Gracie Dane alongside Lady Grace Note. 3 lengths back to Bailsy, another 2.5 back to Miss Valentine. As they approach the half-mile pole, Risk a Chance still controlling the tempo here. The opening quarter was 23 3/5 seconds. The half in 47 seconds flat. It's an honest pace. Risk a Chance the leader. Great Gracie Dane now mounting a bit on the outside second. There goes Miss Valentine. Miss Valentine picking it up in a big way. Now moves to third. And Lady Grace Note is fourth, and Bailsy is the trailer as they come to the top of the stretch. Risk a Chance confronted by Great Gracie Dane. They're head-to-head as the field turns for home, with Miss Valentine bearing down on them from the outside. 3/16 out. It is Great Gracie Dane with the narrow lead. Miss Valentine keeps on plugging away on the outside. Risk a Chance down at the rail, down to the final 100 yards. Miss Valentine will come last to first. Miss Valentine under the line to win it by 2. Risk a Chance got second money. Great Gracie Dane third.
And Miss Valentine making the first start of the 4-year-old season after wrapping up her 3-year-old campaign in the Gazelle Stakes back in late November. Makes the 12th start, 11th in stakes company. 6 of them open returns, $3.80 for Christophe Clement and Cornelio Velasquez. The headline stakes race on Saturday afternoon, the 142nd running of the Jerome 3-year-old, stirred up 2-1.
And they're off. Lumber Guy off to an alert start. Brigand also has some early speed, too. Just to their outside, it's Dan and Sheila Way running in fourth. Term Loan is reined in to run back in fifth. Then it's Adirondack King. The early trailer is stirred up. Head-to-head for the lead down the backstretch, it's Brigand and the Lumber Guy. Brigand and the Lumber Guy, those two sharing the lead here. They're getting away 4 lengths from the rest of the field. Dan and Sheila third. First quarter, quick, 22-4. It's the Lumber Guy now in front by 3/4 of a length. Brigand just to his outside and a headstrong Term Loan. He really wants to go. Alan Garcia's got a hard hold of Term Loan. Rank. And then it's Dan and Sheila Beck running along in fourth. Adirondack King 6 lengths from the lead. Another 4 back to stirred up Martin Garcia, wanting more from him after a half mile that was up in 45 4/5 seconds. So it's the Lumber Guy still sparring with Brigand. Termloan has got it to the outside for clear running now. Adirondack King is rallying. Here he comes now. He gets within 3.5 lengths of the lead. And then it's Dan and Sheila. Another 4 to Stirred and the field turns for home. The Lumber Guy and Brigand. They've been virtually together for the entire way through 3/4 of a mile. In 1:10 flat. They're coming into the final furlong now. Brigand on the outside. The Lumber Guy at the rail. Both of them sent to the limit. And then it's Termloan back in third. Stirred gets on track late, final 16th, and the Lumber Guy is going to do it. The Lumber Guy running hard for a mile. In 1:36 flat, Brigand was second, then Stirred, Dan and Sheila.
And the Lumber Guy, 2 weeks after the Wood Memorial, second choice in the wagering. It doesn't show it in the charts, but I think there was a point at which the Lumber Guy gave up the lead. But in the charts, it makes every poll a winning one. Down inside, Brigand, had every chance. Didn't like his action in the lane. Stirred up a non-threatening 2-1 favorite. 2 back, broke the maiden, and then went out to Sunland Park for their Derby. Checks in an indifferent third. But the Lumber Guy comes out of the wood to win the Jerome. And bringing the curtain down at Aqueduct's fall, winter, spring meet. Today afternoon, we had the Fabersham Uncle T7, who's 0 for 14 since winning the Ashley T. Cole on the turf, is the 9-5 favorite.
And they're off. It's a good $10. From the inside comes Be Bullish, running on the walls between those two. And behind them, it's Mind Over Matters between horses. On the outside, We Freudian and Uncle T7. Up the backstretch run, riding on the wall. Head-to-head here with It's a good $10. We Freudian very keen to go on the far outside. Be Bullish down toward the rail. Uncle T7 between those two. And Mind Over Matters now dropped out to trail the field. Heading for the far turn. And riding on the wall, still narrowly. It's a good $10. Right at his throat latch. Be Bullish continues down toward the inside. Uncle T7 and We Freudian. Mind Over Matter still at the back of the pack with 3 furlongs to go. The quarter was 23-2. The half was 47-1. And it's been running on the wall, and it's a good $10. 1-2 the whole way. And they're that way as they come to the top of the stretch. Be Bullish just in behind him down inside. Uncle T7 swings into action on the outside. Mind Over Matter coming down the middle of the track. Nothing left for riding on the wall. Here's Uncle T7 now. Uncle T7 passing. It's a good $10. Mind Over Matter still closing. Uncle T7 drifting out. Mind Over Matter keeps on coming at him. It's going to be a photo finish. Too close to call. Right at the end, Mind Over Matter made a lunge. Uncle T7 was trying to hang in there. It's a head bob either way. It's a good $10 was third.
And if you are 0 for 14, as Uncle T7 was going in, and you lose that photo finish to an 0 for 13 horse, Mind Over Matter, it's a tough day at the office, ladies and gentlemen. Second time for Mike Huston. This old Mike Hernandez runner snaps an 0 for 13 streak going back to the 2010 Empire Classic, returning $8.20. Somehow Uncle T7 loses that photo finish with It's a good $10, checking in third. That wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to join us next Tuesday, May 1st, for the next edition of HNC.
23rd. And we have a snow-related cancellation.
Because they don't have Polytrack at Finger Lakes.